What is going on, everybody? It's your boy the SLAP Train, and today you guys are looking at my first Gran Turismo drifting video. Now, I kind of want to do these as kind of like a diary section for my channel on my progress for drifting, because really this game is completely different than Forza for drifting. And if you guys have been in my live streams, you guys have seen like the first day drifting and this and that, and you guys have seen the differences between each game and how hard it is, right? So I mean, there are a lot of differences that I do want to cover over these little diaries that I'm going to be doing, and just kind of giving my thoughts, my actual own opinions on this game. And this, from what you're looking at right here, this is footage of about, I think, 3 days ago. So it was very close to when I first picked up the game. This was a car, I think, that I was told to make by my buddy Legend. He had a buddy that had a wheel, and I made this same car. So pretty much, I don't know the settings right off the bat, but going forward though I do, I'm going to be starting to tune my own cars, and I will be doing our own little series on that as well, because really the tuning from this game to Forza is completely different. That's really what I wanted to talk about for this video, was the tuning aspect, because really the tunes on Forza, if you guys have noticed, like my drifting on a budget, my Tandem Tuesdays, my tunes are very similar, you know what I mean? They follow the same kind of recipe, the tire pressure, the spring rate, the ride height, the downforce, stuff like that. And even though the downforce I don't think actually plays a big part, but from what I've been learning on these drifting, I guess little games that I've been doing and open lobbies and stuff like that, is that all these things really vary per car. So I mean, you could have one car that has the same tune and one car has the exact same tune, and they'll slide completely different. And that's what I really like about the Gran Turismo series, is that really you need to tune your cars for this game. If you want to go anywhere with drifting, you need to have a tune that's really made for yourself. You can't really go too much on other people's tunes unless they have like the full setup, like the wheel, the pedal, stuff like that I know, right? So I mean, for instance, today I was gifted a Mazda RX-7 Savannah, and that thing slid amazing. The guy put in his little message saying that he's a Fanatec owner, or Fanatec, whatever you want to call it. He was a Fanatec owner, and he had the same car, and he loved it. So right off the bat, I'm just going to kind of go through the tuning aspects and give my own thoughts. Right off the bat, the tires. The tires are a big thing in this game. I really overlooked the tires in this game. I didn't really think it was going to be too much of an issue. Forza and Gran Turismo, they have two different ways of their tires, right? So I mean, Forza, you have your standard street, sport, race, and drag tires. You have 4 different tires to choose from. Now in Gran Turismo, they have something similar. They have their comfort, I think they have their race, or sorry, a comfort, sport, race, and then I think rain after that or something like that. But the main thing of these tuning options is that all these tires have three different, I guess, different tires within that tire, if that makes any sense. So for instance, it'll be comfort and then hard, medium, and soft. So really, I mean, I've been noticing a lot of the cars that I was actually getting gifted had comfort hard tires, and I cannot do comfort hard. I can't do it no matter how hard I try. I mean, I can do it to an extent. It depends on the tune. The tune has to be perfect, right? So I mean, I was doing comfort hard for the longest time, and I didn't understand why I was spinning out. I didn't understand why I would be sliding and not really gaining any traction, and that was the problem, was the tires. The tires are the biggest thing, I think, to a drift build in Forza. I mean, in like Gran Turismo. That is the biggest thing for this game, is getting your tires down to your own feel. And that I had a few days to actually really even notice that. I didn't know what was going on. I was getting really frustrated. I had no idea why I kept sliding, and I didn't even bother to look at the tires. You know what I mean? I didn't think that the tires made that much of a difference, but really the biggest thing I think in builds are tires. Going forward, next biggest thing I think is the actual suspension. Now in Forza, as I said, I stuck to a main, I guess, kind of formula with my suspension, and was really like my camber for my front tires are like -0.23, my rears had none, toe was 0, caster was 7, and I come to GT and it has the same specs, and I try it, doesn't work. As I said, all these special tunes, they're made for each car, you know what I mean? You can't go out there and you cannot do the same tune for every car. I mean, you may get away with it depending on if you're on a controller or not. Who knows? I don't really know. Let me know. But I think personally though, each car that I make for these drifting series, is going to have to be special made, and they're going to have to take some time to work with these tunes. And I want to do maybe some live streams or maybe a series where I take a car from scratch and I build it up as a drift car. I do trial and error. I see what's working, what's not working, and I think that would make for a really interesting series. I think it would really make for some fun. It's something that I've never really done before, so I think that would be a lot of fun. Now, I mean, as I said, with the suspension, it really varies per car, and that's what I really like about this game, is that, I mean, you can take any car that you want to think that you can slide, and you have to really do your own thing with it. You got to make it your own, and you really have to take the time with each car, and that is what I really like. That's what a real drifting simulator should be like, where you have to really see what's working, what's not working, and go from there. So, along with the camber and the toe, you have your ride height, your spring rate, your dampers for your extension, your dampers for your compression, and your anti-roll bars. Now, there is some extra settings in there that Forza does not have, and as I said, all these things are new, and it's going to take time for me to get used to. Another thing that I really like about the tuning aspect in this game is that you can actually install what's called an ECU power limiter, or I guess like an ECU tuning chip. And now what that does is that will allow you to adjust the maximum power in your car, right? So I mean, for instance, say if you have a 500 horsepower car, and you're finding that the thing's just, it's not hooking up, you can't get grip, you are just kind of spinning out, you can go in there and actually reduce the power instead of having to take off parts, fool around with it. And I think that is really nice, is that you can actually upgrade that on the fly and just kind of take out power whenever you don't want it, right? So I really like that. Another thing too, which I really like, is the weight distribution in this game. So you have what's called a weight ballast adjustment, and you can actually go in there and place where you want your ballast, a position to be, more in the front, the rear. You can also do your ballast in terms of the amount. So I mean, you can actually choose how much weight that you want to add into the car, or also take off the car, which I think is really smart, and it gives that extra kind of customization feel, which I really like. And I mean, as I said, the drifting in this game will take time for me to get used to and actually become what I am in Forza, but I do really want to learn, and I am expecting to get a lot better with that, and hopefully drift with a lot of you guys that are actually really good. I mean, a lot of my guys in the in this lobby that I came into right here, they were just killing it, you know what I mean, tandems, this and that, and that's what I want. And I mean, I do have a couple of really good moments in this lobby, but as I said, it really comes down to trial and error and finding out where you want to set your tunes, and my wheel settings are a big thing as well too, right? So I mean, right now with my Fanatec wheel, I'll tell you my tuning setup that I have right now on my wheel, kind of give you guys just so that way you can see exactly what I'm using. So for my settings, when I'm drifting, I have my sensitivity on 870 degrees. Force feedback is at 100, my shocks are at 100, my drifting is at a 3, ABS is at 65, my spring rate is at 1, dampers are at 2, and my ACL is off. Now, I mean, as I said, I'm not anywhere near like I am in Forza. It's going to take time, and that's why I kind of want to do these little drifting diaries, just to showcase where I'm at this week and show you guys really the progress that I've made. So I am probably going to be doing these once a week just to show you guys what's going on, maybe even twice a week, who knows. But it's your boy The SLAP Train. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.